This woman posted a video freaking out about her student loans. It has caused the internet to discuss what should be done for these young adults who are in crippling debt. Now, before I show you her freak out, I want you guys to see the reason as to why many adults or people in general do not feel bad for these college students.
Somebody just told me that MAGA doesn't have student loans. And I wanted to be like, duh, sweetie, we know. We know that MAGA doesn't have student loans. MAGA doesn't go to school. They don't seek higher education. They don't seek out higher levels of critical thinking skills and analysis and research capabilities. Of course they wouldn't have student loans if they're.
So, in many cultures and somewhat in the United States, but in the US, you can kind of get a job right out of high school and work your way up. And the minimum wage is so high that people don't look down on people who didn't go to college so much. But in other cultures, if you didn't go to college, it's like, what are you doing with your life? And so the problem is that a lot of people who go to college immediately think that they are superior to anybody who didn't go and that they have a higher level of education. Yet I have a question. How much does a library card cost? It's free, and yet only 3% of the population has it. And so my point is that the knowledge is out there, and the problem is that as soon as people graduate college, they think that they are done learning. And I think that is a huge problem. You don't need to go to school to learn because you cannot put a price on the knowledge that exists out there. Yes, you can pay $19.99 for a book, but the price that you're paying is going to cover the cover and the pages inside. If you go to a seminar, you're going to be paying for the fees of the speakers and for the rental of the space, but you cannot put a price on that knowledge. It is invaluable, and the knowledge is out there if you seek it. And so I think a lot of people simply don't care about these people crying about their student loan debts. One, because they decided to take it, and then two, after they take it, they immediately think that price that they paid, even though it was far too much, they think that it makes them superior. Now, of course, there are some careers where it is necessary, and I want to hopefully find out what this lady spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on, probably.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with. What the fuck? So, Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool fucking time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000, and I didn't even spend that much on school. Any rich person, please tap in. Kourtney Kardashian, you probably have 8 houses. I'm never gonna be able to buy one because I went to college. I just signed up to be an egg donor. Guess what? Got approved. Who wants my fucking kids? I can't afford them, so start a bit more. Just fucking take them. What do you want? My left arm too? What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm gonna be in debt for my whole fucking life.
Oh.
How does that even make sense? I signed up for this shit when I was 17. This should not be legal, bro. I got upset about it at work, and my coworker was like, don't you have a rich relative who can pay that for you? No, my family's poor. No. And the worst fucking part is, bro, look where I am. I can't go in because I can't spend money, but I just want to be here because it makes me feel better.
What? That is so ridiculous that she is at a TJ Maxx just because it gives her comfort. It seems like she has a spending problem, maybe. I wasn't expecting this video to be so funny. Now this girl has kids. I mean, it's like the cause and effect of the fact that she went to college and got in huge debt, because the problem is she says, oh, I just found out that I'm paying 17%. What do you mean that you just found out, or you just found out that you owed more than what the loan actually was? Because these people can check their loan at any moment, and this information is readily available on the internet that if you only pay the minimum, then it is going to be getting bigger on a daily basis. I mean, that is so, so scary. And I think the other thing that I wanted to mention is a lot of people think that, oh, MAGA, they didn't go to university and stuff. But have these people ever heard of Automobile University? It is when you listen to audibles when you're driving, reading in the evening, you can still get an education. And the crazy thing is that in colleges or even in certain jobs when you're training for stuff, they don't give you the knowledge that you're actually going to need for your life. They don't teach you how to write goals. They don't teach you how to have good habits. They don't teach you how to find a good direction and philosophy for life and go after that. And so even though people go through college, there's still not all of them. Obviously, other people pursue other forms of education while they're in college too, but it is just like it's the difference of people who have goals and who do not have goals that makes the difference between successful and unsuccessful people in life, not whether or not you went to college.
I'd like to know what type of crack Sally Mae is smoking. I'd like to know what type of crack Sally Mae is smoking that they think for the amount of $40,922 they should receive back $118,305.
Well, they're in the business of making money.
59 cents. Well, I understand that this is an estimated cost. The fact that for financing the money, they want $77,383.59 is asinine. Now, back in my day when I was in college, I don't even think I paid that much for the 4 years I went to school. So to think they should get that for 1 year of schooling is insane. And I get it. If this is the fixed interest rate, 13.500%, and then
I mean, even on top of that, you go to college, you're spending all this money, and then you're going to some courses that you might not even be interested in. So bizarre that instead people don't just go and find something they're passionate about and get as much experience and knowledge on the topic as they can. I mean, you don't need to pay. It's really sad. And people pay a lot of money in the business of loaning money. I mean, I think that is a real estate, I guess, is what makes the most millionaires, but that has to be pretty high up there is banking and loaning money.
the APR is 13.474%. But then they got the audacity to tell me that to finance this $40,922, they should receive $77,303.59 is the most SMD.
Yeah.
I'd like
I mean, again, it's unfortunate and because they took out these loans already. So there's no going back in time. However, now going forward with new information, we can all make better decisions. And it's really sad that a lot of parents really force their kids to go to college or basically make them feel like they will never amount to anything if they don't go to college. And then things like this happen.
I have student loans that total just over $1 million.
You're kidding.
What?
And no,
A
sir.
million?
What were you thinking?
And, well, I wasn't thinking clearly. So I've sat down and calculated my interest rates, and my interest is about $5,800 a month. So my fiance and we're trying to decide what's the best way to try to attack this.
When are you getting
What's the best way of eating an elephant? One bite at a time.
married?
One $5,800 payment at a time. That is so painful. At that point, I mean, the thing is that you could use it for good. You could say, "Oh, I made such a huge mistake. Now you could have the option and just be like, "Well, the rest of my life is just screwed. I'm done. I wish I was born in Europe and I had a free college." Or you could say, "Man, I made a huge mistake and this is going to be the reason why I become massively successful."
April.
Okay. And what will you be making as an orthodontist?
About 250.
Okay. And
$1
what will
million
what does she
being
do and
an
what will she be
orthodontist?
making?
We actually just opened up an office, and she works in the office, so she's not taking any income out of the office.
Okay. This is such an extreme situation. Your income is extreme, and your debt is extreme.
I mean, people should see it as an investment, you know? Anytime you buy into when you make an investment, you want to know what the return on investment is going to be. And if you invested $1 million to make 250,000, the math's not mathing.
I'm 35 years old and in $169,292.74 of debt, and I still live at home with my parents. And you might as well bump that up to $266,722.97 in debt if you
Oh,
add in how
man.
much I will pay in interest. I started aggressively looking at my debt in January and truly didn't know the full financial picture until I got it all down on paper. Debts include 2 private student loans, 10 federal student loans, 1 auto loan, 1 private loan, and 13 credit cards. I've already taken some drastic measures to reduce spending and start side hustling. I started posting my debt payoff journey here on TikTok in hopes of growing and getting into the creator fund. So if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching and following. I'm selling my debt tracking template, I'm door dashing, donating plasma.
See, donating plasma. See, that is awesome. Apart from the donating plasma part, I'm not 100% sure about that. But she is finding ways. I mean, imagine if she sells her template to 10,000 people. She makes $10 on that. That's $100,000. She's getting close. She's getting close. And then with that knowledge, she'll be able to make $100,000 again.
Today,
You know?
I'm trying something new. This is my last ditch effort. I am drowning in student debt. I have over
Sorry, her audio is so
$75,000
quiet. She says she's drowning in debt.
student debt, and I'm not even done with school. Please stay to the end of this video, as it would help me tremendously. So here's what I'm
That is so sad. Please stay to the end of this video so I can pay off my debt.
Everyone's always like, Brenda, why are you working so hard? Why are you doing a full-time job and posting on TikTok all the dang time? It's because I have $78,327 in student loans. And you want to know how much unpaid interest I accrued in the month of February? $523.93. And this is me paying at least a minimum of $2,000 per month. Started with a little bit over
Jeez.
100.
Man. And yet they make fun of MAGA for not having gone to college. Make that make sense, please. Making another daily $30 payment to my $187,000 student loan. I think that these people should advise, like, ask for help.
I'm gonna do another student loan payment of $30 today. We're doing $30 today for my loan preview.
She owes $799 per month. I would love to know in the comments if you guys have had any experiences with student loan debt, if you guys went to college. But please make sure that you are subscribed. And every Friday we do live Q&As on the Patreon. So I would love if you join us. The link is in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye.